needs to go platinum. When you got an NFT, the industry is losing value. And I can tell by the value. We'll be worth $1 billion in 33. Mona Lisa even said fuck the masses. Even raccoons follow anything that lead to trashes. Backyard brawls. Got you scared, so nigga pack your bras. And try not to slam the back door, pause. Ever since I was a little kid, I knew my calling. It was troublesome. I used to walk to school and walking through the streets of the shadow of death. I didn't have any fear, even though niggas would shoot you through your cashmere. I stood up for my principles and got suspended for fighting by principles and living right like I'm supposed to. Never follow stupid niggas, I was too busy escaping the system I was told to prove to. There is a sacrifice that everybody pay. Whoever got anointed, it be loneliness sometimes. Yeah. The industry is over, the industry is over. The underground is king now, the industry is over. There's a new MC out here that sizzle like a soda. The industry became real flat like imitation cola. He got that buffalo attack, but he ain't from Dakota. He put that bully on his back, his chips is on his shoulder. He's like a Timberwolf, but nigga not from Minnesota. You spend $1 million to bluff him like you doing poker. Long live the king,
peace.
Long live the king. Reparations on the ballot, let freedom ring. Long live the king, long live the king. Reparations on the ballot, let freedom ring. Long live the king, long live the king. Reparations on the ballot, let freedom ring. Long live the king.
Salute everybody. Salute, family. Salute. I have been extremely busy, y'all. Can't even hold nobody. The brothers been busy themselves, man, but we just really been collectivizing and getting our minds right. I know I have particularly, so I can't really say that, but I'm sure the brothers are gonna tap in and got some stuff they want to share with you, and I will definitely share with you, of course, myself, some of the things that Chef C has planned to roll out, or at least the directions I'm going in this year. But I want to thank everybody for checking in with us, man. Of course, if you didn't know, this program is brought to you by Bloodline Films, in collaboration with LWF Training, of course, ladies and gentlemen, to get you right here as usual. Salute to everybody that's coming in. Yes, indeed, it has been a while. Let me see if I can turn my volume up, Chef. Okay. Let me see if I can get my volume where I need to get it. I haven't been playing with the sticks at all. Pause. For a minute, man. It's been a very, very busy season. But I will see if I can make the adjustment. Nevertheless, let me get to this commercial real quick, y'all. Salute to everybody that's in here with us. Salute.
Stack you hard, fool.
Yes, indeed, y'all. Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead and get this thing going, man. We're going to get it started right in the way we like to do things. So salute to everybody that's checked in with us right now. Salute to y'all for checking in. Yes, indeed, y'all. Salute, 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 salute. I see y'all coming through here, man. It has been a while. We've been, well, particularly myself, I've been running around like a crazy man. But 2025, the question is, what do we learn, right? What did we learn? And I would say for me, what have I missed? I haven't broadcast in quite some time, but salute to everybody that's coming through. I'm gonna salute to our brother Black Laren for checking in, man. It's good to see you, player. Definitely, it's good to see you coming through and hollering at us right now. Salute, brother Black Laren. Of course, we got my brother Q from Let's Talk 2 coming in here. I'm definitely gonna crank it up. But it's been a while, ladies and gentlemen. But again, also keep in mind that the program, as I mentioned, brought to you by Bloodline Films. Ladies and gentlemen, Bloodline Films in collaboration with LWF Training. Ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so now let's get to this thing here. I'm going to bring my brother Q in, man, because they ain't touched base with him in a minute. Okay? So let's get brother Q in the building. Brother Q, man, how you been, sir? Let me holler at brother Q. Yes,
Salute,
sir.
salute,
Yes, sir. Yes,
salute.
sir.
I'm happy to be really excited for this conversation. Really, like you said, we haven't missed anything. We just haven't talked about it. Sometimes the lesson is to just sit back and watch and really, really take in what we're seeing um, in dealing with our communities. And, a lot of people, I've learned specifically, a lot of people are emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially unhinged. And, you're seeing a lot of the crash outs, seeing a lot of people that we thought that were stable, that they're not stable. And we seeing because we're holding our own water and not holding nobody else's water individually and as a collective for the majority, people are waking up to the cosplay of Black Americans. And
Mm.
it's really, really having a trickle down effect. We're gonna discuss that. I'm quite sure you got some things in the kitchen in that back cabinet you done bought out. So
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Brother Q, man, it's good to see you, man. I have been peeping some of your broadcasts on the low. I've been out of the, I have been out of the circle a touch, but listen, when you gotta go get that chicken, you got to get that chicken, goddamn.
hey Chef,
Okay? Yes,
I
sir.
just wanted to just let you know before we even start. I am really in a bad place. I got a text from this gentleman that's on the screen, and I really felt bad because I didn't send him no salutations, nothing for his birthday.
Mm.
And I felt like I deserved lashes for that. Because if anything, when we are not able to do a broadcast within our group text, we do show each other love, check on each other. And I was totally out of pocket. So may you forgive me, Chef C. May the community forgive me. And first and foremost, may Brother Lone Wolf forgive me.
Right, right, right. Brother. Please forgive us, the brother Wolf, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, excuse me.
You guys are forgiven always.
Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wolf is in the building. Yes, indeed, brother Juan J. Johnson, sir. How are you this afternoon, sir?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm just so glad to be in the land of the living. I'm so glad to be able to have my faculties working. I'm glad I got peace all around me. Um, and I just celebrated my number 57. So I'm good, brother. I'm having. I mean, look, man. I think Chef, you asked me the question. the other day, what would I change? And I said I wouldn't change nothing because I'm a good person. Um, if anything changed, I wouldn't be the person I am today. So no, I'm in a good place, good space. I want the best for everybody. Um, Again, I'm doing good. I don't have no complaints. Uh, but I will say this: I haven't kept up with the news per se, so certain things I'm going to be able to speak on because I pivoted, trying to do some other things right now. But I do look forward to the conversation, though. What I can speak on, I'll speak on. What I can't, I can't. But I am about to stream to my viewers too, and it's good to be back, brothers. It's really good to be back. I'm looking forward to the conversation, though. I am.
Well, I gotta say this, man. Shout out to Brother Q. Brother Q, as far as the brothers from Pat Talk, you really been holding the line on your platform. Let's talk to everybody, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not there already, definitely go subscribe to our brother Q. You've been keeping it moving and addressing some subject matter on your own over there quite frequently. So salute to you, man, for keeping it going as best you can, and we appreciate that as well. Granted, it is your platform, but we appreciate you still just keep keeping that energy, man, keeping it going on your end. So salute to you and the sister Azima. Y'all still really shout out to that one. I like the projects you and the sister Azima got shaking over there, man. It's really some very informative stuff going on. So salute to you as well, brother Q, and happy New Year as well, sir.
Oh yeah, brothers as well. Happy New Year, Chef C. That's I appreciate the kind words, and one of the things that I learned, um, probably around October, is how this is a tough time for a lot of our people. Holiday season for a lot of people. They done lost loved ones. Uh, One of the things that Black Americans, I'm always say this, um, we may not celebrate the holidays for the actual holiday, but we celebrate uh, the gathering, the tradition of our families, and for those that celebrate. And for this time, a lot of times people's ancestors have moved on and so forth, and it's a tough time for a lot of people. So that was the reason for that tone and that theme to get everybody to understand that it's okay to be uh, not okay, and to understand that with social media you could be going through so much stuff, and then you go on social media, and that just adds on to the negativity. So, like Brother Juan said, sometimes you got to unplug.
Right.
I've been watching a lot. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of the stuff going on, and I've been really wanting to address some things. Me and Dr. Short have had a lot of conversations about some things, and like I said, sometimes in what we're all doing, it's best sometimes to just let certain things play out, um, because when things happen, it separates who's real and who's not real. But that's just the precursor of what's coming. I'm quite sure, like I said, what you have on the menu today, I've been watching. So I will definitely address and say what I have to say about it. And I think that all throughout, man, all throughout, we sometimes don't give ourselves credit. People are really waking up to holding our own water, man, and letting some of these communities um, that have hijacked the word black, we making them hold their own water now. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So with that, I'll let the chef continue to cook, man.
Most definitely, brother Q. I definitely want to say a major salute to our sister Star for always coming through, sis. It's always a pleasure to see you come through and put on some support for us. Salute. Good to see you, sis. Yes, indeed. My brother Black Lyran is good as well to see you, brother Black Lyran. May this 2026 be a year of maximum elevation for you, brother Black Laren, man. So just get out there and keep getting it the way you getting it. Yes, indeed. And much blessings to everybody in this 2026 year. You know, it's not how you start; it's always how you finish. So that's the way I see things. But nevertheless, gentlemen, I seen a couple Jones that was down bad, and I'm not, and I'm just like y'all. I'm not really fully up to speed, okay? Cause I kind of been away. Ain't no kind of. I just been away from social media. I don't give. I haven't given two flying what's been going on. Uh, Brother Q, I think we got a little bit of sound on the back end from you, sir. But I put your mic on hush for a second. Let me see what that is. And let me know if my sound's still coming through good too, gentlemen, because I know I haven't dusted off the equipment in a while. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. This equipment got dust all over it, goddammit. But nevertheless, I've seen a few people down pretty bad, okay? And Brother Q was alluding to it, as far as the cosplaying. And I want to save that piece for a little bit later, but I'm gonna have to get some more. If you got more data for me, Q, as well, if you can share a screen on what's happening out there in Minnesota, I believe, with those Somalis, man. They really have come in.
Is it better now, Chef?
Yes, sir. Very well. Very good. Yes, sir. Those Somalians have done a number on getting all the backdoor support, if you will, and they coming up with different, fake industries and operations. They quote unquote got a doggone daycare center out there that's funding millions of dollars, government funded dollars through the situation. But we're gonna touch on that a little bit later, man. But until then, let me go to this thing. I have seen that the gender warring is still at an all-time high, and but I'm also seeing that there has been in the later end of 2025, some women out here really fighting for some companionship, you dig? And they go into these wedding receptions and trying to catch the bouquets and shit, and laying it all on the line to get seen, and I saw something. Somebody sent me this clip, and this lady, oh shit, this lady was at a wedding, y'all. Now I'm not laughing at her. I'm just like, God damn, chasing a career and has done a lot of women pretty bad. Chasing a career over, family, the prioritization of family, has done a lot of shorties bad, and they get into their 50s, get into their 50s, 60s, not having had, prioritize that family situation. The single independent lady has had a hard time in the latter months of 2025, Now she's getting this slow wake up call, and I'm wishing the shorties the best, man. I guess it's never how you start, it's how you finish, and that's why I wanted to say that, right? It's never how you start, it's how you finish. And this shorty, she's reaching out to get her bouquet at this wedding reception, y'all. So I'm gonna share this with the family. I'm gonna share this one with y'all, and y'all check this out. The thing that bugged me out a little bit was that the lady right here on the screen, she was rolling on her, peeping. I'm like, God damn, shorty laid it all the way out. Let me see if I can get the screen zoomed in a little touch here. Peep this shit. Let me see if I can get this all in here. Let's see if I can get this screen zoomed in. Okay. Now they're at the wedding reception. Bunch of sisters out here, single, independent, probably a part of a couple sororities. Shorty said, I'm gonna get this bouquet. My husband is on the way. Okay? Let's peep this. Dang. You ain't right. This chick right here laughing ain't shit. She ain't shit for that. You supposed to be all cold. Look at this shorty. You ain't right. Look at this though. Throw that bouquet. Now this one, the bride set the shorty up for the L though. The bride could have threw this thing up way better than what she did. Okay? Let's peep this. That was a shitty throw. Shorty went out there, got Shorty went out there. The wig came off. Oh shit. That's why she crying, yo, cause the wig came the fuck off. She tried to do the football catch, and the wig dropped smooth down. Let me show y'all this shit again. She went for hers though. Sometimes you gonna lose you gonna lose some shit when you trying to go get yours. She lost her wig in this case. You gonna lose some shit when you really trying to get out there and get it. Look. Yeah, look. Go get that bouquet. You know, lay it on the line. The wig came off. Look at that shit. God damn. Oh shit. That's what, hey. But sometimes, look, I'm saying, look, Fairly, in 2025, if you're not going for it, God damn it, if you're not willing to lay it all out there to get yours, you playing. God damn it. You playing. And you're going to lose some people on the way up. You know what I'm saying? On the way up, you're going to lose some people, some things. She lost her wig in this case. The wig fell smooth off. Look at this wig. And she came up looking like a braided predator. Look at her. She look predator. Look at the shit braided. Hairline is crazy. Everything crazy on that boy. Oh shit. Everything crazy on that motherfucker. God damn it. You know? So I just wanted to speak to this real quick on some bullshit before we get to some other things. Yeah. In 2025, we saw people come, go. Alright? We saw the influx of heavy propaganda. Now I'm starting to see your girl Jasmine Crockett be one of the many silenced. You know, she not getting as much motion as she used to have. We saw that. Alright? Well, at least a fight didn't break out. Yeah, Sister Star, yeah, the fight didn't break out. But look, I got some respect for this shorty. This is where I'm coming from with it. This ain't me picking on her. I'm saying in order to get what you really want, you gotta let go some of things. You gotta lose some things. You feel me? Symbolically, the wig came off because she laid it on the line to get the bouquet. She believes that husband is coming. And she got to meet that man where he at. Even if it's just falling on the ground, losing your wig over it. Even if you lose your wig, you got to... Hold on, pardon. Even if you lose your wig to level up, that's a small price to pay, ladies and gentlemen. Good? Yeah? So that's the kind of energy I'm coming in with 2026. Okay? If I got to lose a couple things or people in 2026, quote unquote, lose, nah, it's just a level up. Shout out to our brother Wolf. He said he's pivoting this year. Okay? So y'all be on the lookout for how our brother Wolf pivots this year and what kind of content or material he's putting out. You know, you want to be better than what you was a year ago, you got to do some different things. You got to adjust some things. Now, you know, it's our responsibility, right? To be the brothers who care about him, appreciate him, are grateful for having met this young man, to be supportive of the next stages with which his pivot is going to take him. Right? I look forward to it. I'm actually very excited to see what this young man does going into this year. Okay, and beyond. You know? I actually look forward to that. Who this Nicole Shots? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who is this, but brother Q, you know who that is? Nicole Nicole. Not sure who this is, but nevertheless, I'm sure the brothers, a lot of the brothers from the pack, is gonna be doing some different joints. Salute to everybody that's in here as well. Hit the dislike. If your hate carried over for 2025 and the 2026, hit the dislike. Let me know it's real. Salute, brother Hannibal, man. God damn. I got to do some shots in here for the goddamn salute, brother Hannibal. Check it in. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All the rest of y'all on the silent tip, if you're still hating in 2026, you're keeping the same energy. Hit the dislike. Let us know what's real. This is an eternal thing. It's not a seasonal thing for you. Your hate is real. Okay? You gonna hate year in and year out. God damn it. I love it. Okay? So with that being said, brothers and I just want to present this thing to the brothers here. Let me start with brother Q. Do you agree, or what is your interpretation of when I say you got to lose some things to level up?
Is my audio better now?
It's a little echoey, brother. A little echoey. It might be me. Let me put mine on. Yeah, he's still breaking up a little touch.
Now,
Let me give you a moment, brother Q, and then we gonna go to Wolf, and we'll come back to you because it's definitely an echo and it's like a distortion. It's like a distortion. Brother Wolf, you got the floor, sir. It could be me. Let me see. It could be me. But when I say to you, brother, when I say to everybody, you got to lose some things to level up. What is your interpretation of that statement?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Is there echo?
No.
So I think that when you're talking about losing things, I think that there comes a time when you elevate that you have to uh, drop some things off. Some things can't go with you to your next level, your next assignment. And it's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just an observation. I warn people, I try to caution people that when they're going up and they've been elevated, don't get mad at the thing that you're that you're leaving behind. You don't have to uh, create a situation or have some type of a friction because you're going up. Just go up. You know what I'm saying? Some people think they have to uh, uh, turn or be mean or nasty or whatever the case be because they're going up. Nah, just go up. Just go up. You ain't got to. If you're ending something, if something's falling off, let it go. Let it fall. You ain't got to be upset. You know what? Because you know where you're going. As long as you know where you're going, you don't have to have no attitude. Just go up. There, see your manifestation. There, see, you know what? Damn, I should have stayed around. I should have maybe bit the bullet. But when you're going up, you will lose some things. But in lose some things, you don't have to be mad or upset about it. Just go up and enjoy your next elevation. That's all.
That's a whole fact, sir.
Yeah.
I you know, when I decided to, let me see this. Let me get this back here. Q, you back in, brother Q? Let me see if Q's working now. Let me see if he back in. Testing, Q.
is it still jacked up?
Yeah, there's still an echo coming through when your mic's open. So I guess when you speak or not speak, I mean when you're not speaking, just close your mic. We can probably flow it that way. Go ahead and test it now. Q.
20 seconds.
There you go, a little bit better. Okay, so I look. I share that sentiment, brothers. I believe that what is happening, what it last year has shown us is, after 2 years of Pat Talk, as consistent as we could be with this thing, I put the inconsistencies or whatever. That would be I'll put that on me, simply because again, uh, 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 I gotta get this chicken. Okay, okay, damn it. You got to prioritize and keep the main thing the main thing. You know, and I don't want anybody that has supported us over the years to feel any particular type of way. And we appreciate y'all. Keep it a buck. We definitely appreciate y'all that's been rocking with us over the couple years we've been doing this thing. Um, and we plan to do more things just in our own way. Well, let me see here. Hold on, brother Q. Yeah, Q. They, hold on. Can you hear me? There we go. Okay. Now this one here, like I said, I don't know if y'all heard what I was saying, but the Booty Band has been winning last year, really coming through, acting as if they are uh, 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 that they're on the other side of the fence, but they're really like a bunch of closet cats that don't want to admit that that's what they are. Okay, and they like to play around a bit. But you got this shorty right here sitting on the bed. This whole environment looks struggly, right? And a cat that's presenting himself as being another dude, that's on that type of time. He actually wound up getting her drawers. He actually hit that wig on and everything. So I'm just trying. We're gonna go ahead and play this, brother Q. You there? Oh shit, it's really bad, Q. Yeah, Q, I can't hear you, bro. Q, I'm gonna put you on mute for a second. Let's see if we can get that adjusted, sir.
How about now?
There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you nice and clean now. With
Good money.
There we go. Fantastic. Okay. Okay, so check it out. Q, what is your I had asked brother Wolf a question before, right? And you know, about quote unquote losing some things to level up. What is your perspective on that, sir?
You know, one of the things that and this goes back to your initial talk about what we be learning, right? Is when you leveling up, you sacrificing. Unfortunately, human nature makes us think that we're supposed to get pats on the backs and victory tours for our celebration. And we want other human beings to appreciate us instead of we appreciating ourselves. And when in leveling up, you're gonna lose some stuff that was not necessary. Famous phrase that you know very well, Chef C. Sometimes you gotta trim the fat.
Mm.
And that's just how it goes. It's not personal. It's business. And it's about being the best person that you could possibly be and putting your individual work in. And if everything aligned, you could lose a person, you could lose people, you could lose a job, you could lose property, you could lose money. But if it's all about you becoming the best version of yourself, I'm all for it. I agree with it. I mean, that sister that ran for that bouquet, she's an older sister. I understand where she at. She probably done played and broke hearts and got her heart broken. She trying to find her somebody good.
Wake that up,
And if
Q.
she
That's what I'm talking about. Come on.
and if she believe getting that bouquet, it means some form of fortune or luck. If that's what she believed, was she gonna get her a keeper? She didn't do what she got to do. This thing that we deal with in life is competition. That's all life is. It's a competition to get and to be the best person you could possibly be, but a competition to get resources, a competition to get some things. Now, you may be a person that understands that you could get the materialistic things, and then you want to have a spiritual bank as well. But all for nothing, it's a competition. She wasn't thinking about them young girls in there. She was trying to get hers. And I ain't mad at her. She ain't sitting up on nobody's podcast talking about she don't need no man. She doing
Come
what she
on,
got
Q.
to
Come
do.
on.
A lot of these women I done seen Claudia Jordan, all these women. Oh, now Kevin Samuels was right.
Mm.
Oh, oh. But see, they didn't understand that harsh talk was a reality check from the brother. Because see, sometimes we don't get that you don't need your peers and your friends and your loved ones to check you. Sometimes it's a total stranger that's going to check you, but you're too busy worried about the messenger and you don't really get the message. Oh, oh, all these women in their mid 50s, early 60s. Oh, now y'all doubling back. Oh, now y'all realizing y'all need to find happiness. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. That's my premise. You got to do what makes you happy. But when someone was telling y'all was so upset because he built a platform on holding men and women accountable and to the standard that we should hold each other. Now it's a problem.
Come on with it, Q.
I mean, all right. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna land my plane with that.
Thank you very freaking much, brother Q. Goddamn. That's my point, right? Now, yeah, I'm got my little Snickers and ha 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 with with the shit with the girl, sliding. But I got a lot of respect for shorties to say, you know what? Even at my later age, it ain't too late for me to have some real happiness. I just gotta get out of my way, right? I gotta get out of my way, off my bullshit, in order to go get it. A lot of times, and she, it may have taken her up until 57 to say, goddamn, I blocked a lot of my own blessings. I blocked a lot of my own blessings for bullshit. Now I'm by myself. And shit, if me catching this guy, going all out for this goddamn bouquet, I might lose a wig in front of all of y'all. I might lose this goddamn wig in front of all of y'all. But I'm going for mine. She get my respect. You feel you? I mean, look, she get my goddamn respect, okay? And she might find her somebody, cause look, a dude might have saw that clip and got impressed by her, like, damn, she ready to really ride for real. She might not be able to have no kids with me, cause she's later in the age, but this is a rider. I'd rather take this over one of them other Jones I'd rather take her because I know she gonna be all the way down for me. And men, real men, ultimately look for peace and loyalty, respect above all things. That lady is ready to respect somebody. I just hope that she don't, and the case for her, I hope that now that she has exhibited that she's prepared and ready to go that way, that she actually stumble across the right kind of cat. You feel me? That like she actually, manifest the right dude that's ready to appreciate where she is in her mind and in her spirit. That's the difference. That's the, yeah, in the Pat Talk, we look out for men and whatever it is, but we also believe in quality women as well, and they have a place in our heart too. They deserve good shit, and that kind of display, she got respect from me. Now, this raggedy John right here, though, look at this bust down, okay? It looked like a struggle environment, first and foremost. But I'm going to play this clip for y'all so you can understand that even the booty bandit boys who say they don't want no cooch, they still going after the cooch, no matter what it look like.
You having sex with a whole fucking faggy. I don't mean like that, but you said you are a she. You said your pronoun was she, right? When I asked you what your fucking pronoun was, you said she, didn't you? When I asked you what your fucking pronoun was, you said she, didn't you? Didn't you, Devin? You said your pronoun was she.
Look at this, Thirsty. Look at Shim. Look at her. Look at she. She acting a fool.
Let's see a fair. Let's see a fair.
This is where it's at, y'all. This is where it's at. Them motherfuckers, man, look. You gotta understand that a lot of people
You trying to make Bussy a boy.
Right. Like, a lot of people are sick. A lot of people are sick and they're curious too. Okay? And what has happened with the population of our people right now, one, we've gotten shamed from even talking about the disagreement with this kind of lifestyle, right? Some people can see some monetary stumbles or setbacks because you decide to speak out against this kind of stuff. As the numbers go down in our program, which is crazy, even talking about this, ain't that some shit for you? Okay, but it is what it is. Right? A lot of these cats haven't dealt with their childhood trauma or even some of the experiences that they have had throughout their years. And hurt people, and this is my synopsis, hurt people are still hurting people, y'all. It is important that you protect yourself, right? That hurt can come in the most innocent way, though. It can come as an angel, quote unquote, to you, and do you the most dirty way possible, family. Straight like that. It is more important now than it has ever been, as far as I'm concerned, to use true discernment if you out here in these streets. Okay? Let me play some more of this here.
Shit.
Who fuck what?
And then you done fucked her, right?
You fuck me?
Y'all was finger popping, y'all smell like sex.
You fucking dumb.
Flashback.
What y'all in here doing? It's stinking here. Saying Tracy, you in here getting fucked. And I'm gonna get this video to your boyfriend. And I'm gonna tell him this who you having sex with.
Bitch, I was seeing outside.
Turn your wig around. Turn around. Let me see your wig in the bed. Turn around. Walk in. Come here. Come here. Let me see that wig in the bed.
I need shit.
Let me see that wig in the bed. Yup. Shantrice was fucking him. Here having sex with a whole fucking faggy.
I just wanted to play that, ladies and gentlemen. you can tell this can't be a well-off home. This is it looks like a rooming house. I could be wrong, but it's definitely some mental shit going on in that place, right? And a lot of times, sick people often are the ones procreating. They're gonna reproduce. This is what it is. However, it's a lot of people making shitty decisions. And when I think about the shitty decisions, I pull up this
Literally.
little joint right here. Peep this, your girl. Okay? This is your girl. Brother Q brought her up. Huh? Woke her up a little bit. Your girl Claudia Jordan. This is one of the first chicks that I know had the nerve to come online and admit that she fucked over some good opportunities with some decent quality dudes. I can respect her even though I think she's still a bust down. I can respect her for standing on that. I put some respect on it. Alright? A lot of, she's about to tell us all the reasons she thought it made sense to just keep it moving and moving. And now she looking back on her life like, God damn. Let's go ahead and play this right here. Fair use.
You think that when you're ready to settle down, that there's always going to be a lot of supply on the shelves, and it's not. Like at this age, a lot of the good guys are married or taken because they're good guys.
That's right.
And I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine the other day, and I'm like, well, your best bet now is maybe someone that a good man that maybe is coming out of a marriage, getting a divorce. So, I think in our youth, and I would like people to know this when they're younger, we think, oh, there's always going to be an endless supply. I can wait till tomorrow. Don't put off your happiness waiting. If you find that good person, like a lot of times we wait, well, it's not the right time. It's not going to be like the right time. I would say go for it more. I wish I would have told someone told me just go for it. I probably have overlooked a good candidate before. Maybe,
Why is that though?
me thinking the timing thing. Maybe.
Now the thing with Claudia, man, is that she was one of these young ladies, man, that was, she's a beautiful young lady, but she's from that era where she was a model, where she was trying to chase a bag, whether it was her own bag or a man with a bag, instead of realizing that her Mr. Right might have been right in her face. And this is what we're talking about. We could bash her, we could say whatever we want about Claudia and really be true and on point. But it's amazing, and Chef C, I know you saw the whole clip, and I know he's going to play it. It's amazing how now she is basically on a show saying she wasn't chosen or she can't find something. She in that Atlanta
Q,
area.
I didn't see that clip, man. If you got it, I need that whole clip,
Well,
sir.
towards the end of this clip, she basically started flirting with the zesty boy that she did the interview with. Like, because the desperation is real for some people. But you 52, 53 years old, Claudia. For 20 years, you've been running around here talking about you don't need a man and turning your nose up at the regular guy because you wanted the industry. The industry is going to be the industry. It's going to eat you up and swallow you out. Nobody leaves the entertainment industry unscathed. It just don't happen. Definitely for melanated folks. And now she's wondering, you just think you thought you was going to get the pick of the litter in your 50s? Respectfully, some dudes want families.
Come on.
Some dudes want families. Some dudes want women that can bear kids. And they'll take care of the rest. You're going to have to deal with a select few at your age now that don't want that. That's not into that.
Well, I tell you what, man. I'm looking at this situation and I say to myself, even if she fumbled, right? I respect the fact that she's not letting the message of constantly still staying single uh, reverberate around the internet streets. Yeah, she was a bit. She was one of the bad Jones back in the day. A lot of people liked her, and she definitely chose the industry over family. She definitely did that. Uh, but I do appreciate, you know, her coming out saying that, you know what, take your shot early if you got it. And that's kind of the motto of what the show is really on. You know, don't wait. Don't be the wish I would have type of person. If you got to make adjustments in whatever form, shape of your life, you want you a man, you want you a shorty. Um, it requires the work and the honesty about what you want and desire in this world to go and get it. Uh, don't think it's gonna come to you. And now you got shorties like her, many other Johns, looking back on their lives and saying, "Damn, I fucked some shit up." So this is good for me, for her to kind of message this thing out to the younger shorties. I want young chicks to see this, right? I want younger women to come across a Claudia, because she still look decent. Don't get me wrong. Now. Claudia looks decent. I'm not gonna hate on her because I don't agree with some of her viewpoints on shit. This is a decent looking shorty. Am I wrong or right, gentlemen? I mean, help me out here. Am I wrong or right? Brother Wolf, in the case of you, Brother Wolf, is this a decent looking shorty here? Brother Q, what you think, Brother Q? Is this a decent looking shorty?
Well, absolutely.
Uh, uh,
She's a nice looking woman, but Chef C, when you unfortunately, like Brother Juan said, sometimes you got to realize when you need to pivot, right? And in her case, what do we know about Claudia but her beauty? And what she has spewed over the years is basically, I don't need a man. And now in this video, she's having her watershed moment that she just don't got the choices that she can make no more, or the variety of choices, right? Can she deal with a quote unquote regular guy? Because the industry don't check for older women. That's just how it goes. Unless they're young men, really young men, like Cher and her boyfriend type young.
right.
I mean, it's good that she's giving back and understanding where she's at now, and really trying to, maybe she's trying to get the younger women to know, but you know, we got to be honest, man. Sometimes you make decisions and choices in life that you can't recover, you can't pivot from. Like I said, majority of men in their 40s, early 50s who don't got children yet, they want children. They want a family. And then, for some of us in our 50s, 60s, we done, probably got divorced. We loving our new shot of youth.
Mm.
That's just how it goes.
Let,
It's
let
a
me
lot
go.
of lessons here, man. And I hope that the younger people could really get it, because the younger people, unfortunately, they emulate us and they see all of the fuckery that we've been doing, and they following right behind our footsteps.
Mm.
They're not making that pivot until it's too late.
Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, Brother Q. I
Let me
mean,
add my
yeah,
million
go
dollar.
ahead, Brother Wolf. I think Brother Wolf, is it me, Q? His mic a little low?
Yeah, it's not coming all the way in through.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. So there
Yeah.
you go. You got the flow.
All right. So I'm going to add some context to her beauty, because that's the problem. There's too many beautiful women that don't fear God.
Here we go. Come on.
See,
Can we have a scripture to go along with this, sir?
I got to have a scripture like a
Okay, yes,
nice.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Proverbs 31:30 says this: charm is deceit and beauty is fleeting. but a woman who fears God is to be praised. We get a lot of beautiful women out here. I'm talking about beautiful stunners. They stop traffic. But Proverbs 31:30 says, easily, their charm is deceitful, deceptive, and beauty is vain. You're not going to always have the beauty, but what makes you stand out above everybody else is your love for God. We get a lot of beautiful sisters out here, but when they start talking, it turns you off. There's nothing worse than a masculine and beautiful sister.
Nothing worse than that. That's a
Nothing
full
worse.
fact.
Okay? Don't no man want to be in a relationship with another man, heterosexual man. I want somebody feminine. And just because you're cute and you're beautiful, that don't mean you feminine. I've seen the video. I've heard her speak. She gives us a lot of masculinity.
Come on.
Go back and see the whole thing. I don't take away from her winning Miss Rhode Island a couple of times. Oh, she's a beauty queen, hands down. Beautiful. But do you love God? Correction. Do you love the scriptures? Because everybody loves God, but they don't like the scriptures. I know a lot of beautiful sisters who just don't like the scriptures, but they love it.
Well, hold on, Wolf. Hold on, Wolf.
Go ahead.
Real quick salute to our brother Nico for checking in. Good to see you, brother Nico. Yes, indeed, brother Nico. Good to see you, man. Checking in, brother. Salute. Brother Wolf, hold on now. What do you say to those who say the heathens are in the church, though? They got all the scriptures. They can recite all the scriptures for you. Beautiful.
Yeah, but
You see?
quoting scriptures and loving God is two different things. See, the true love is the word in my heart that I won't sin against my God. You know what I'm saying?
With God. With God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of beautiful sisters in the church. And some of these same beautiful sisters have been the advocates of degenerate behavior. We saw that firsthand in the election. Beautiful sisters saying, kill the babies. What? Abortions. Promoting weird lifestyles. Huh? Do we really want to have this conversation? She's like, I will step over that carcass.
Hold on.
That's
I thought hold on, the wolf. So the carcass stepping wolf has come into 2026 too. I thought he was gonna be in 2025 only.
Well, since you don't put out so much debauchery, I gotta flip it.
My body, my choice.
Right, come on.
My money, my choice. So I mean, I don't. Claudia Jones. Look, I watched the Joe video. She was an icon, just like a couple. Janet Jackson and what's that girl from BET? You used to watch. It was a reporter. I mean, it was some beautiful sisters, man, who we all loved and appreciated. One of our shot, but they chased the bag. And I don't have no sympathy or empathy for the ones who chase the bag and don't get the man. You made your decision. Live with it. That's just me. Call me hard. I'll take that. Okay. But in this culture, if you're gonna be a bag chaser, you're gonna make a decision. Bag chaser, or you're gonna raise a family. When you choose to chase the bag, don't be upset that you don't get the family. because you chose the bag. The beauty about choice is you have a choice. So I don't feel no empathy or sympathy for her. You lost it. And she's not a role model from my perspective, because now she's in her 50s and she's admitted to saying, I missed out on the good guys. You should, and now she's saying, if you're young, you need to get that guy when you're young. Yeah, well, you like maybe 30 years late with that message. 30 years, because she's 52. So I salute her beauty, but you know what? I'll step over that carcass.
Look, there's a study showing a rise in older women getting with younger men and having children because of the advancements in science, sir.
It's confusion.
Elaborate, sir.
Look, when the woman is older, right? And the young man is younger, it's like a role reversal. Is that older woman going to take that young man's lead? Or she feel like she can coach him up? This ain't about coaching him up. Is the woman going to listen to that young man? No, she's not. She may, in theory, she may listen to him, but in practice, I'm older than you. I know what I'm talking about. You can't tell me nothing. You just assume your role. And again, so now let me say this, because I want to be very clear. What people are doing in the culture, that's acceptable. But when you come into your belief system, you get a whole different lens.
Come on.
Whole different lens. I'm not seeing a whole lot of older men like myself chasing older women. We don't do that. Some do, but most don't. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you're not going to look at me and exert your authority over me or your age. That ain't happening on my watch. I don't run from masculinity or the patriarch. I run to it. And any woman that come under me, you come under what I'm saying. You're not just getting my protection. No more. You're not just getting my provisions. You're getting my instructions first. Okay. No instructions.
Brother Juan.
Yes, sir.
Let me. Pardon me for cutting you off. Let me ask you a question. Why is instruction important first?
Instructions is important because, there's a passage in the scriptures. I think it's Genesis 18, when God told Abraham, do I hide the thing I want to do for him? Seeing he's going to be a mighty man in the earth, seeing he's going to give instructions to his household and his children in the fear and the admonition of the Lord. But protection and provisions came later, but the instructions was first, because if you can't listen to instructions, what you're going to do is sabotage the whole operation, the whole family. It protects something I can't instruct. I can't even feed you properly if you're not willing to take my instructions. Problems is we've conceded our instructions to the women, and the results are in. Look at us now. Are we a better people, or are we worse? And not just a black collective. I'm talking about as a nation. Come on. As a nation. So yes, Instructions are important because if you can't be told what to do, then you're going to hurt, you're going to destroy what we got. And I can't be fighting you if you can't receive my instructions. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to hear you out, but my word is still final. Period.
Well, you know what that kind of confidence comes with, Brother Wolf, that a lot of men don't have, and that is having become individual substance themselves, right? So, being okay with taking orders, that's the only way I can call it, orders from a woman, uh, is a closet projection of their insecurities, because you haven't done anything with yourself as a man. You haven't gotten enough W's as a man for yourself. It is, I do, and I agree that it is very difficult for a younger man to then get in a relationship and that older, experienced woman become submissive to him. She has lived, she is more exposed, and in her mind, regardless of how feminine she wants to present herself, she believes she is the dominant in that union there. Having lived more, having experienced more than that young man. Yeah, she's gonna appreciate that brother for his physical, right? Wherever he is, his physical and him being, in some regard, just a man. But she can't fully surrender to that guy. She can't. she and those relationships, I just find it very hard, especially when you start getting into a 15-year gap. Right? For me, 15 years and more, she's trying to groom you now, or just have your energy around because she likes men energy around her, but she doesn't want to feel like a hoe, so she's settling for one guy and putting a title on you to justify the company. That's what I'm finding a lot of these shorties doing now too. And especially, we can't forget, like, listen, a chick at a certain age, or even just humans, period, not even just women, that person gets stuck in their way. Okay? There ain't too many things you can tell that person at a certain age. Okay? I don't know about how flexible this person is trying to present themselves to be, or understanding. No, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. But of course, you're gonna have the some but not all authorities coming through and saying, "Well, I seen one where I seen them make it happen." Shut up. You don't reflect the majority. That's not the outcome. Okay? For everybody. That's not the lived experience for everyone. We got to cut this shit out. Men are retiring total masculinity for security. Oftentimes, mom issues, right? Whatever little cleanup that they can get through this woman that they're with, it is something that they wish they had gotten from their mom. A lot of these brothers got mom issues. Or we're dealing with a fetish relationship existence too. Okay? Older chick wants to feel like she's still young, while the younger cat want to feel like he hitting a lick because he body bagging and blowing out the back of an older chick. These are fetish relations. Okay? This is a fetish relationship. Okay? A fetish union. So, again, God bless any of those who can actually make it work. And that, I noticed that there's a fight or flight mentality with females too. It's about survival too. Okay, oftentimes they go back to that survival thing, and then you got a bunch of stray dog dudes out here. Stray dogs trying to find a home. A bunch of couch jumpers too. You're going from couch to couch, my boy. Now salute to you. Salute to you if you're hitting the link. Whatever it is, man. Get yours, goddammit, okay? Shit. 2026. Get what you gotta get, goddammit. Okay? But don't parade it around like y'all on some real shit here. Okay? This is not a real thing. This is a fiasco. But let me play some more of your girl Claudia. Let's bring this thing home. Shout out to Claudia.
Prioritizing career. You know, I definitely was always like work, 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 work. I never thought I had the enough cushion built up to like relax and take my foot off the gas and start a family.
And then that just go on and on and on, and then you be 100 years old
Still working.
Now, see, let me say this, gentlemen, and anybody that's tapped in. Also, man, you like to support the broadcast. Definitely hit the Cash App to sponsor the broadcast. We are past the 1 hour mark. Normally, I go into my joint and see if Cass is putting on. If you'd like to become a sponsor of the broadcast, do so. $ FTS49, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Now, where Claudia lost me in this particular clip, y'all, is the end, what she said. That tells me her motive for even wanting to get into a union now. What Claudia just admitted, and I think it might have went over some of y'all head. Claudia just admitted that, yeah, she prioritized the industry, but she didn't really set up no cushion for her later years. Right? And how I got that was by her saying, I'm older and I'm still working. She wants to become a dependent now. Huh? She wants to sit down now. And a man is supposed to provide that for her. After she had been single, independent, don't need no man, ain't nobody could tell her shit for all these years.
All right. She wants to be a permanent farm trophy.
Right. Right.
It don't work like that at 52.
Well, so I think the bigger discussion is this. If we allow the 50-year-olds to speak like this to the next generation, then we don't have procreation.
Come on.
Because Claudia, you know, the scripture, God, whoever you believe, in all these religious societies, institutions, they're always saying that we're here to be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth. That was not a suggestion. That was a command that man and woman would be fruitful and multiply and replenish. And when you chase the bag, you're going up against the first law of the universe, to be fruitful, multiply, and replenish. Like I said, there are a lot of people who love God, but they don't like his word. Claudia and all those who chose the bag and not to be fruitful and multiply and replenish, you're going up against the scriptures. You're going against nature. What she is saying is factual, but also it's not natural. And think about this. She's 52 years old talking about, I wish I had had some children. I looked over the good man. If all our women decide to wait at 50 years old and have this revelation, there will be no procreation. There will be no multiplication. There will be no replenishing the land. will be a dying community. And I'm seeing that that's the direction they're going with this.
Backdoor eugenics.
Come on.
Oh, right. Was that Negro? So I'm just saying.
Backdoor eugenics.
Yeah,
Backdoor eugenics. And our culture fell for it. Our community fell for it.
yeah. That's the big conversation. I don't care how cute you are. You're out of order. I don't care how beautiful you are. You out of order. Because look at any woman who gets with me, you know we're going with the word, right? You know we're gonna get down with the word, right? You know,
You gonna put the scriptures down? Hey.
on your back, on your chest. We do some multiplying, some replenishing. We're gonna be fruitful. I ain't got no what they call them those things they got the little snip cut. I ain't got that. You know. So I'm just letting you know. It won't be no accident. It won't be no oops. Okay. So Claudia, she's out of order. Like always.
And that's another thing. Oh, Brother Juan, she don't even realize when she's talking. Let's say she's talking to us. Okay, we hear this. But the younger people are looking at her like, look at old ass auntie up there. She still look good. She can still get it. That's all they thinking about. Auntie could get it. She thinking about settling down, but they looking at the younger people looking at her like Auntie could get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I bet you she was bad back in the day.
Right, Q, come on.
I know she was a dime. Then they see her old pictures, probably Google her. Oh yeah, she was a baddie. But they ain't thinking about wifing it.
So I can say something. I can say something very vulgar right now, but it would hit the spot. I can say something real vulgar right now, but I'm real close to saying it because it's not something that hadn't been said before, but in context for all these baddies and all these women who are waiting to their 50s and their 40s and their 60s. Some folks are still putting them out at 60, depending on what country you're in. Okay? Because this is a global message. I ain't just speaking to Americans. This thing going everywhere. 5 years from now, they'll be putting up on your necks. PATTALK. So this is a global message. When you get that age, you can't procreate. You become a cum dumpster. Okay? Keep it 100. Well, that's something to chew on. Man can't procreate with you. What you become. Think about it. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's fact.
Watch this. Wolf, that was a little but that's true. That's all you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a dump and go. That's all. Shout out to my sister Star with this here. Shout out to Sister Star with this. Feminism doesn't teach women how lonely you will become. And that's a mother. Let me. What? I ain't do this in a while. Where the flex bomb at? Goddamn. That's a flex bomb. Okay? Throw me the horn. It don't teach them what it look like when you coming into your nice big house, right? And looking at all your little degrees. How loud that silence becomes. Feminism don't teach you that. It don't teach you none of that when you're at that nice table that you always wanted to have and you're the only one sitting at it. Huh? When you're the only one sitting there, but then you say, you know what, I'm going to go get me a dog or a cat. You're independent. The only noise you got in there is that dog or that cat coming up and scratching you every once in a while. And
But
you
Doc,
cleaning they shit up.
but, but look,
Come on.
it still goes back to choice. When you look, I am a man of personal responsibility. No matter what nobody's doing or saying, I have a choice to make the decision or don't make the decision, to go or to come. But when you make the decision, you live with that decision. When I thought long and hard about saying that, what I just said, because I know that this could be cut, snapped, and used way beyond me. And I overrode it and I said it. Okay. Because I understand the power of the spoken word. I'd rather not say nothing, but I'm gonna say it. I've said it. But again, this may be the last broadcast where I'm dealing with issues like this because my pivot, it deals with spoken word, written word, living word, the power of the mind. That's where I'm going with my pivot. But because this was my last pet talks with the guys, I'll say that because you know what, it deserved to be said at this point in time. And because of the raunchiness and the disrespect in the culture or in the community or in the nation, and I'm seeing how the vile social media posts that people are putting out there, um, and a lot of it comes from the sisterhood, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, all of them, not just one group, all of them are saying this crazy stuff. I saw an Asian girl talk about the Claudia piece, and she was encouraging it.
Diabolical.
You know, but for those who are, I just think people need to really, really be. When you make a choice, don't complain later on that you didn't make the right choice. Live with that choice. But being 50 and not having children per se, everybody can't have them. It's not for the ones who have challenges. I know people personally, friends and family who have challenges about having children. They can't have them. So this is not for you. But for those others out here who can and decide, I'm not going to do it, this is for you. All of it. You dumpsters.
Mm. Listen, hey, look, there's, I gotta say this though, I think, and again, salute to those who are in here, and salute to those who plan to sponsor the broadcast or support the broadcast. $ FTS49, ladies and gentlemen, $ FTS49. Contributions are appreciated in advance. Now, I just wanted to play this because I particularly followed a lot of these different little things going on. But I just want to give a fair warning to the brothers out there, man. Keep your head on the swivel because even when you decide to go a certain distance, um, you know, you got to do a better job of vetting the females that you're dealing with. Let me bring up this situation here. How many of y'all familiar with this right here? Now, this brother right here, ladies and gentlemen, set up a whole nice little Christmas soiree with a shorty that he was with, feeling her, everything nice. Had the spot laid down, and this chick wound up cracking this dude upside the head and left him on the side of the road, y'all. Cracked him upside the head and left him on the side of the road. His family looking for him, you know. And I'm just saying to you, brothers, man, y'all, this stuff right here, you gotta keep your head on the swivel.
Titan man was allegedly unalived by his girlfriend from blunt force trauma.
Blunt force
much trauma to his head. Something had to happen. It didn't happen falling out no car. It did not happen falling down no stairs. It did not happen the way they trying to make these different stories. And I ain't gonna say they is Lou.
The legend that she had took a bottle and went upside his head, and then she pushed him out of a car that was moving.
Who let him out?
Left this man on the side of the road where he didn't know nobody at, didn't have nobody. She left him, and this is old lady.
With no phone, no ID.
She left her man leaking on the side of the road.
They found my nephew's body under a bridge on Archer Road. A car pulled up, and he stepped out of the car and staggered and fell to the ground. How in the hell that you left my nephew?
A stranger, the sister said a stranger was the one that pulled over. She was a nurse and helped him and took him to the hospital. That bitch didn't do.
If it walked like a duck, it talked like a duck. Call Affleck, it's a goddamn duck.
Even with a wallet, no money and nothing. He was a Jane Doe when he was in the hospital. So the family wasn't notified until they figured out who the hell he was.
For him to be found and taken to the hospital under John Doe?
He was just not coming back from a 5 dope night.
Now look at that spread. That brother, he done went all out and laid that thing down. You know. Laid it out, had it nice and spread out for the shorty. He didn't know that ho was gonna get him the hell up out of here at the end of that day. You know, it's a hell of a way to bring in your, you know, all these people had Merry Christmas and that was it. You know, this is why I say, man, you know, I'm you know, a lot of prayers to the brothers that's still out there in them streets, man. You know. Shorties is playing for keeps. And they understand that a system is going to protect them. Okay? You play a little bit more of this, though. You crack that man and leave him on the side of the road.
Ice ass got them Christmas vacation. He took her out and laid out the red carpet.
Look at that. Nice spread by his brother. Look at this dude. Let me show this. Y'all see that spread on the left? Look. Got it all decked out. You know, looked like they was trying to do some kind of cabin, you know. Shout out to that young man. Yeah.
Out the red carpet. Red everywhere. Red roses, wine, chocolate-filled strawberries, you name it. His aunties and his sister is calling her ass out. They said some in Florida water is fishy and it stank. If you loved him, would you really leave this man on the side of the road after you just him upside his motherfucking head, see it leaking blood and all that shit, kicked him out the car? You want to try to circle back and go get him? No, she did not. She went on and went home. And now she's sitting there talking like she's sad. No. Somebody needs to investigate. I'm going to keep y'all updated with this one.
My cousin G-Boy said if a duck could pull a trunk, hook him up. Some foul play done happened to my nephew.
What kind of scripture can we... Is that brother ABM? Brother ABM. Salute to the God, brother ABM, for checking it. Salute. Thinking out loud. Let me see what my brother Black Learn said. They stay taking those devious car selfies. Right, they do them shorties. You know, if her first instinct is to get a selfie going, or tell you to take a picture of her, run, fellas. Okay? That's what you got to do nowadays. She wants you to get pictures of her, and take one of them second floor angle pictures, looking down, because she don't want to show the little slabby that she got on the side. You know, get away. You understand? This brother, he had all the gifts, everything, and it couldn't save that man's life. Decked it out, looked like he paid for everything. Everything laid out. Cost him his life. Bottle upside the head.
All right, so
Cracked him upside the head. Go ahead, Brother Wolf. Go ahead, sir.
You know, we all see red flags in relationships, but we choose to ignore them for whatever it is. If this story pans out like it's been reported, I can guarantee you that the red flags was good. I would dare say this. that setup that he had because she can't or she wasn't satisfied. It's almost like the more you do, the more you give, some folks can appreciate it. I will bet you that the red flags were lit and he hit the override and she hit his head. That body. If the story pans out. So I'm telling the family, do not override the red flag in these relationships. They're always telling you who they are. Stop projecting your good on people with other intentions. I'm not going to just blame her. I meant to blame him too.
Well, check this out then, Brother Wolf. Since we don't want to project, we don't want to project it. I agree with that, sir. We don't want to project it. But this brother right here, Brother Deontay Wilder, he said that, you know what, I'm going to be the exception. I'm going to try to do a little bit better by this shorty and her son. That's not my biological kid, but I'm going to put them in my will. Alright? I'm going to put them in my will. And, this is the reward he got. Let me go ahead and show you this here. Let me go ahead and play this.
I took the role of being your son father, not just a daddy, but a father. Right. I went in so hard, bro.
Can y'all hear that? It's a little low on my end.
Yeah, we hear.
Okay. Let's play this.
I went in so hard to the point where I put them on my wheel. I had a meeting with my kids. I said, how y'all feel if I scoot y'all over? Scoot over a little slide and let somebody else get a little bit up. Yeah. And my kids are amazing. They're my best friend. And they was down with it. So I moved a little space over and added her son in on my motherfucking wing. You ain't even my son for real. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. That has to take a toll.
I put her in my wheel as well too. Yeah. You was just my girlfriend. You ain't even my wife.
I hope that still ain't dead, man.
Yeah, man.
I hope that still ain't.
One time the son said, "You ain't my daddy." Now that's one thing you don't say to a man that ain't your daddy. Don't remind him that you ain't his daddy. You know what I'm saying? Don't remind me that. I took.
Don't remind him of that. Salute to my brother, Big Meech, man. I'm pardon me, I didn't see you, brother Meech. Appreciate your support on the program, brother Meech, man. Salute for putting on and keeping us cracking here. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, brother Big Meech, for your support on the program, man. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for your contribution. If you'd like to become a sponsor, hit the $ FTS4925 makes you a sponsor of today's broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you in advance. This has been one of the true nightmares for me, gentlemen. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I don't have any kids, right? And I said to myself, Chef, as you continue to do your thing and make your shit swerve, right, in this cooking game, because clearly it ain't happening off the social media shit, but off cooking, you're making some things happen, and that's the way it is. Brother, what you gonna do to a shorty if you decide to marry a shorty and she got kids already and that little nigga say you ain't his father, but you want to make sure the family good? Now I've had, throughout my time when I was single, I took a liking to some of these kids and things like that, and I had at least 2 of them little bastards say I ain't their father. And then oftentimes I've had the baby mamas weaponize the relationship I have curated or cultivated with the child against me. because she was mad at me that day. So now you can't see my son. Yeah, shit like that. The weaponization of the kid. Um, this particular part for brothers who do step in, and that's why I said, we catching up here. We haven't, trying to see what's going on. The brothers like this, trying to do the right thing. It's a lot of these unchecked, ravenous females out here. Make it hard for a brother to just say, let me do the right thing. Now, some folks would say, oh, well, brother, you just need to lead, and the shorty will follow. Well, how does she follow that? Right? This is a man who didn't have to add that kid or her. He added her as well to the will. Okay? Now, he checked with his actual biological kids before he decided to make that move. And the kids, shout out to the kids. They said, yeah, you know what, go ahead and add them on. We family. Now, that right there itself says more about Brother Deontay Wilder. The kind of, family he's raising to even be so accepting and open, right? To taking, but to later then get rejected by a kid that's on the outside and the mom. This is the shit that, just really like, you can't build these families anymore because there's a foundation of or a bad seed already there before you can even help the situation out. Doesn't mean that a lot of shorties that are single moms shouldn't have a quality guy. Shout out to our brother Deb in the building. Salute. Shouldn't have access to a quality dude. However, that little kid is around that mom. She's only a reflection of him being a bad seed. Or just the way she would raise that household. Okay? Brother Q, I don't know if you've ever been a stepdad or anything like that, but having watched this little segment here, Brother Deontay, saying he gonna step in, and the heartbreak that came along with him actually even trying to introduce a generational opportunity for this family. What say you about this? What's your interpretation of this particular clip?
He is the epitome of a simp.
Oh, damn. A simp?
Yes.
God damn.
Because the thing about it, right, and he may not even understand why he's simping, because they're going to follow your lead. Goes back to what Brother Juan said. Had you been given proper instruction, that would not have happened. That would not have happened. And what I mean is that sometimes, okay, you feel like you stepped up. This is who you are. But what are you doing outside of the financial? Because a lot of times he might think, in his case, oh, I'm a boxer. I'm providing. This is why I asked Brother Juan, what comes first? Why instruction comes first before the providing and the security?
Come on.
Because the instruction is going to be establish that you are the law. You are the king. You run the show. And I don't mean it in a way of using your physical masculinity to overpower nobody. But you don't even have to say nothing to little man. Even if it's a falling out of the relationship, he gonna know that one right there, that dude right there, that's a man. I don't know what happened between him and my mother, but that's a man. That's my father. That's Pops. Regardless of the biological, That's who he is. And that's only established when you do what men do. I have a phrase, men move accordingly. Men move accordingly. We don't have to say what that is. If you're a man, you know what that is. Even you sitting up there talking about step and pops and what he said, this is corny. This is corny. He's a bitter dude. Because the situation with the old girl ain't work out. And then he start replaying his tape in his head about what her son, the disrespect and lack of respect that his son gave him. That has nothing to do with you and her. You and her fell out 9 times out of 10 because you never laid any foundation for instruction.
Come on.
You never, regardless if you the champ, regardless if you got a check, regardless of any of that stuff, who are you? What did you establish? You knew she had a kid or maybe a couple kids. See, because the reality when you look at the social construct of these words, step and all that, that ain't about nothing. If he was doing what he was supposed to do as the head of the household, the man of the household, doing what he had to do, he wouldn't have had to go through all that. Being a man of your household, financial is so far down on the checklist, it ain't even funny. Sexual, it's so far down on the checklist, it ain't even funny. But what are you doing? Are you there emotionally? Are you there spiritually? You know, it's a rite of passage. I know a lot of people don't know how to do it nowadays, right? But for example, most people, when they were with their grandfathers, their fathers, the men in their families, they taught the men how to hunt. They taught them how to fish. They taught them how to be able to do things with their hands to provide. That's giving instruction. Deontay Wilder, fighter, he going out there getting his head beat in, coming back with the bag, flashy, giving her money. She goes, that's not instruction. That's you paying for an arm trophy. And that's what a lot of these athletes and entertainers do. They pay for arm trophies, and then when it don't work out. When they ain't at the height of their career, next thing you know, they're getting a divorce. This is why athletes get divorced within 2 years after they retire. Because they didn't even know the person that they was dealing with. So this is why, Chef C, I know you probably think I took a different route. This is why he's a simp. Now you on somebody's podcast, man. Little man ain't did that. Little man treated you the way that you treated yourself. You treated yourself as the stepfather.
And Q, watch this. To your point, let me back you up. I always ask 2 questions. Who do you trust and who do you listen to? The 2 are not the same. Deontay Wilder is apparent he ain't listened to people in his circle, or if he even have a circle. Because before I give my money, my resources to anybody, I got some folks I'm going to talk to, whether it's my brother, uncle, maybe a father, somebody who can give me some counsel about, should I put this person on my will or in my trust? Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. It can be changed because relationships change, people change. But who did he talk to before he said he asked his daughters or the family, would they mind her child being on it? Well, they getting their share. You don't put them on here. But you don't lead it up to them because you're in the relationship with this woman and this child.
Facts.
Okay. That's a simp move. Okay, because again, um, I could, I could do something separate for her. And watch this. They ain't even married. Why are you even making these type of decisions and you're not even married to her? You want to leave her something? I can do something totally separate for you than put you inside the trust or the will. Because of this simple fact, what? They've already broke up, and the board and told you, you ain't my father. I had a stepfather. Okay, he's passed away. My father didn't raise me. He's still living. Okay. Would I consult my father about any financial decision? Absolutely, positively not. Well, do I have other men in my corner that I can go to? Yes, I can. Okay. Because again, I've been living a long time. Okay. But I still have my will and my trust in place to make sure that the people who gonna get the stuff don't get the stuff. And it's not always family. It's the ones you are close to too. You want to do something right by them. But Deontay, I don't know who you trust, and I don't know who you listen to. But that situation he did with that girl, nah, that's a sentiment. 100%.
Well, you brothers, y'all touched on something, um, you know, about laying a particular law down, per se, right? And we've watched the emasculation of men in different ways,
Mhm.
right? A lot of dudes ain't got the foundation up under them. They ain't got no feet up under them. And you could be a millionaire. You can be a financial person, right? You can be bringing in a bag and everything. That's cool. But what you really standing on? What you
Mhm.
really standing on? And I have this clip that I wanted to play. Now, this particular newscaster, he was, basically showing, different ways people were celebrating the new year. Okay, and he got to one particular, it was a sports center guy. I forgot. I think his name Van Pelt, Scott Van Pelt, right? And he was showing how people was celebrating the new year. Excited about it and all this fly stuff. You know what I mean? And but the news, the media decided to pull up, do what it always does with its sneaky shit. Pull up, first they got the male and the female kissing up on each other, and I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all. Let me play this for y'all real quick. Yeah, let me play this. Fair use.
Yeah. Yeah, live makeouts on Sports Center. Get into it. Oh, what do we got? We got
Y'all saw that? Let me play it again. Y'all saw how he had to switch that tone because look, the way he really feel, he almost forgot he was at work. But the public emasculation, folks gonna, he ain't black. Now fuck, look, it ain't just a black thing, okay? I know this is the Blackity Black platform, but I'm talking about the public emasculation and how men, a lot of men, are bending the knee to agendas. Peep this.
yeah. Yeah, live makeouts on Sports Center. Get into it. Oh, what do we got? We got love in the air.
He definitely caught himself.
Uh, uh, you see, I
He
see that,
definitely
right?
he definitely caught himself.
He knew. He's like, god damn, I'm on this major platform. We can't be any bias. I can't make it personal. But again, you know, how does I look at shit like this and I say to myself, how does not even 5% of a population get such a strangle on the way we look at things or the things that we accept as a people? here. He knew he was right in the beginning of just having some objection against that. Like, don't be showing me a bunch of booty bandits slobbing each other the fuck down. No. So when he said, "Oh, what
because
are we doing?" Stand on that. That's the
because
foundation I'm talking about. Go
our
ahead.
society ostracizes somebody who stands on a morality compass. He would have gotten destroyed and lost his job, and then do a whole bunch of explaining for his insensitive remarks of less than
Right,
3% of the
insensitive.
population,
Right,
like you said.
Q got the right talk of insensitive. Right, Q. Go ahead.
Yeah. He would have been apologizing, tweeting for insensitive remarks for what he said. Well, what he said was basically what I would have said is, damn, we don't need to see all that. Like, come on, man. This is a celebration. Why y'all have to do that? Like, and it's crazy because we're the majority. We in the majority, we see this type of stuff in the agenda. And it's like, we're so, like you said, Chefs, we're so scared. And the country has got us so twisted that we're scared to say anything. Because we're scared to stand on anything. As they say, stand on 10. Stand on 10, he should be able to go to that cameraman that worked for that company and be like, yo, like, come on, man. Yeah, come on. But we too busy, these words that they use. You got to make everybody inclusive. No, that's not practical. And that's not reality. Everybody's not inclusive. Everybody should be treated fair and just. But that don't mean everybody's inclusive. I'm not inclusive to any of you gentlemen's home. But if I was to come by, you would treat me fair and just. See, we somehow or another, the phrases that we use and the slogans that we sometimes live by have really came back and bit us in the peripheral ass. When we say stuff like, "What that person do don't concern me." Oh, you sure?
Wake that up, Q. Come on.
You sure it don't concern you? Now, what they do in the confines of their home don't concern you. But when they do it in public, it concerns you. And you should be concerned. And it goes back to holding each other to a standard. Holding your family to a standard. Holding your friends to a standard. Holding your extended family to a standard. Holding your coworkers to a standard. A standard. Regardless of what the personal choices that people make in life, like Brother Juan said, you got the freedom of choice, but some of those choices come with consequences. So it's just crazy that he was, it caught him off guard almost, and he had to pause, as we say.
Right.
Because he would have lost the bag. He's the head anchor for SportsCenter, working on New Year's Eve when the ball dropped. And then he would have had, like I said, he would have had to do a whole bunch of explaining. A whole bunch of people would have came out in his defense. Why do we have to walk around when the truth is on your side? You got to walk around on eggshells. I don't want to, shift the conversation, but it goes back to what Brother Juan been saying since the summer. There is no in between. There is good and evil. And we're at a war right now. These are little battles, but it's a war going on over righteousness or indecency. And people trying to be righteous, but they're being made seem like they're wrong for being righteous. You know, what do you know? What do you say, right, Chef?
Well, no, you said a few pieces that the consequences for decisions and what's right is wrong. Well, in some regard, what's right is wrong, and what's wrong is right. Kind of paraphrasing it to what you're saying, but you know, this just sheds a brighter light on how devious and conniving these media platforms have become with the forceful interjection of those lifestyles into our lexicon, right? They so slick with it that it even caught the damn caster, caught the
Yeah.
fucking guy, caught the anchor by surprise because they're so agenda driven that they had to blindside him with it and force that man to kind of finesse it on site. Shout out to him for being able to think on his feet. You want to talk about being camera ready, camera smart, being able to adjust on the fly? Shit, they would have packed his bald-head ass up so smooth. Huh? So smooth. And he was like, like, I'd have been stuck. I'd have went quiet. I wouldn't have known what to do in that moment. I'm going to keep it a buck. But that's him he been out in front of the cameras for years. So he understand that shit. They're going to throw jabs at him. So he was able to finesse that and sidestep that. Me, I'd have been, or I'd have stopped talking.
I take a different approach. Yeah, I got a whole different approach. Look, most of these guys on these television networks, they got earpieces. I'm pretty sure he had an earpiece. And from that video I saw, that picture was that couple was there for at least 30 seconds. They honed in on them, then they moved it, and they came back and enlarged it. So you can see it was two guys. I think he already knew it was going to happen. Or he got the heads up in his ear. He ain't out there just one.
Nah, Brother Wolf, that was a woman and a lady. Then they switched to a guy and a guy.
No.
I'm going to show you. Watch this. Let's slow roll this. Check it out.
I believe you.
Yeah, because look. Watch this, y'all. See?
Let's blow it up.
Now, that's the Zesties.
Yeah.
And now you got the woman and the guy there. Two different. Look at the collar.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
Now let's speed it up.
Yeah, live makeouts on Sports Center. Get in.
Yeah, two different two different Jones altogether.
What are we?
Yeah. They ran the play on him.
That's kind of close. He got an earpiece. He knows what's going on. It's about to happen. You're about to drop it. I think you know.
Hold on. So you telling me he already know what it was?
I'm pretty sure in his ear it's coming up. It's coming up.
So he was doing a bussification.
Man, Bussy explained it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because he's been doing this for so long. I remember he had hair on his head. That's how long he's been doing this. Scott Van Pelt, right? Is that him?
Yeah, that's Van Belt. Yeah.
Look, these producers, these folks on these cameras, these folks in these studios, they all get earpieces. They give them a warning. It's coming. Now, if they wanted to get some shock value, they got it a little bit. But I think he might have been more.
Shocked the shit out of him. Look at him. Look at Scott. Oh, what are we?
Okay. They didn't tell them there was their guys, but you know what? Hey, heads up. Something's coming. You know? So I think he knew. I think he had an idea it was coming. Something was going to come in.
Well, I tell you what.
Hold on. Would he have had the same reaction with two women? No. That's normal. That's normalized.
Well. Look, let me walk with you then. Let me walk with you. I wouldn't be shocked seeing two women either.
That's
But
normalized.
but when you zestify it, then you fuck me up.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather you go from a man and woman to a woman and woman than two zesties. They understood what that looks like. And most look. Would you have been shocked if you saw two women?
No.
Ah, right. I'm saying I can accept. For me, this is where I am in it. I can accept the polarization of two women kissing than two men.
Tell me why.
Uh, I don't like what that means for my nephews.
What about your daughter? Your nieces?
I don't like it for them either. Men, the men portion, because I believe men must retain authentic masculine representation or presentation, and it must be a whole experience as opposed to me. Look.
Well, you know what?
I think a lot of this shit is mental. I think a lot of this stuff is mental, quite frankly. Okay? Some saying they was born this way and all this other fly talk. And roses are red, violets are blue. I feel like a butterfly today, caterpillar the next day. I don't know what the fuck. But I think it's a mental situation. And a lot of people have some stuff that they haven't dealt with. And they do it through the over sexualization of dispersing the trauma that they didn't address. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at with that, man. Shout out to the numbers keep fluctuating anytime we get on these dusty conversations. The numbers always drop. Shout out to the algorithm of the internet, boy. They be on some shit here. But anyhow, we talk about the consequences, decisions, etc. Mm-hmm. Right? And the latest decision has some people up in a roar. Okay? Yeah. This latest decision has many people up in a roar here. Venus got my blackety blacks really pissed off. Some of my blackety blacks. Pissed off that she decided to go get her a zaddy. So you got Serena, who led the charge, copping her a zaddy and procreating. And then you got the movie, I think it was called King James, came out and talked about their experience having come through the ranks of the racial tennis environment that they were exposed to, and ultimately reaching the top of that field as professionals. And now, after the movie having reflect or shown some of the challenges these women faced, they both have opted to get the Mazzatti. Okay? Now, I want to have this conversation, gentlemen. I got to have this one. The nuclear family. The prioritization of that. Is it a myth? Is the idea of a nuclear black family a freaking myth? Or dream deferred? Okay? We're looking at a situation where our understanding of those two sisters having reached the Mount Olympus in their field of being those professionals is, it's supposed to reflect something very important for an accomplishment for the Black American community, right? you know, being able to point at those two sisters and say, "Mommy, I can be just like the Serena Williams or the Williams sisters, right? I can be just like them. I get focused, I locked in, and show that I can be another black person succeeding in what appears to be a predominantly dominant white environment, right? So now what we're facing here, I personally, for me, I don't particularly care for this. I think this is and I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't need folks to agree. I think this is a direct slap in the face of that father. From both of those daughters, who he protected throughout their years coming through the ranks. Yeah, I'm saying it. Okay? This is a direct slap in the face. And the wild thing is, a lot of sisters out here will be the first to look at a black man and say, anytime he becomes successful, he go get him a white girl. Let's wake this shit up, goddammit. Okay? He go get him a white girl. He don't do nothing for the community. Why can't he just go get him a sister? Huh? Yeah, I'm here to have that conversation now. Okay? Why couldn't he just go get him a sister? Well, why the fuck couldn't they, either one of them, just go get them a brother? Huh? Oh, well, Chef, here's some of the things I heard about this. Oh, well, Chef, them sisters, they not in no circles like that. The brothers that they was dealing with, Common, he just a player. In the case of Serena Williams, Common was just a player. He didn't take her serious. All the other brothers that was messing with them chicks, they wasn't serious about Vina or Serena Williams. Man, get the hell out of here. Then you got the pom-pom bed wenches coming through. Okay? Love ain't got no color. Let her just be happy. After Dad. And I look at it like this and I say, okay, well, Dad was running interference from all those folks who was trying to do them little shorties dirty. Mr. King, they call it the movie King James. Was it called King James or King Williams? Whatever, the movie. The King or whatever they called it. Right? Running interference because folks was trying to throw some crazy questions at his daughters and he had to square up on a few of these interviewers. Huh? Understood that, you know, once they get in them circles, there's going to be a bunch of banshees and vultures running around his daughters, trying to get them to do all types of wild shit. Okay? And he was there to run interference, to protect black women in this case. And after all these years, you telling me that these sisters couldn't find no brother? The importance of them having tennis success as black women isn't as important as having relation success as black women with their own kind. The importance of what that image shows. Right? So, I shout out to y'all in the chat. I got some in here in the chat saying, Venus, shout out to this. Venus is worth more than her Italian husband. He's a restaurateur and an actor. She speaks Italian. What the hell does that mean? If we're talking about what happens in the public, right? These shows of affection and witchery. Yeah. The swirling. Okay? 1 minute you want to be revered and adored for the challenges you overcame as a black woman in that field, while then turning around and saying it's okay to hand over legacy, right? And go over to the other side. Either you want to represent the true transformation and elevation of a people in that regard, or you don't. Just be recognized for a person who played tennis and did some shit. Okay, you just did tennis. But don't start putting out the first black sisters and all this other shit. To me, it does more harm than good. It does more harm than good. And then y'all put out a movie showing all the racism that you faced. These sisters, to me, you sisters got Stockholm syndrome. Yeah. You got Stockholm syndrome. Okay? Oh, well, Chef, you know, they not going to just go out and deal with no regular black dudes. Why not? There's plenty of celebrities married to regular people. You happy, right? Oh, no, none of that shit matters. I'm just saying, I gotta hear from you, but I gotta get that going. Let me go to Brother Q first. Brother Q, talk to me about this. Did the Williams sisters betray their father in their union to people from other races? Let's go there, goddammit.
Very, very, very interesting decisions they made. From the outside, this man was a wonderful guy. I am somebody that watches tennis. And I remember the two little girls with the barrettes in their hair, and, you know, they hated him because of his overbearingness. But his overbearingness was about protecting and giving his two girls his love for tennis and making sure that they got the same opportunity that everybody else got. Then the world fell in love with them. I remember when Venus used to cry when she used to beat Serena because that was her big sister and she didn't want to make her little sister upset. And then Serena started dogging Venus out because she was the better player. And they both went through their good and bad with black men. But at the end of the day, for them to do this, sometimes it's all about the optics. And it looks alarming. I'm going to play it safe and say that. It looks very alarming. And it speaks to what we view of each other. Because like you said, if this situation was reversed, when you see a lot of the black athletes marry outside their race, there's, a lot of sisters be like, that's betrayal. They betrayed the race, and this, that, and the third. And then when we see this instance, a lot of people are quiet. In particular, a lot of our women are quiet about it. They're not saying that. As they say, they ain't keeping that same energy. I find it interesting. And I'm not going to err on the side of caution. Is that I'm going to just say, you get what you want. What you come is the choice that you decide to make, you're going to get exactly what you decide to make. Let's see if these two young ladies decide to have children. That's going to be interesting. I think Venus is diabetic. I don't think she can have children. I don't know for sure, but I remember she said something before about not having children. And it goes back to Chef C, only because of where they're from. They from Compton. We even saw Serena perform last year in the Super Bowl, Not Like Us. We know the significance of this song, even though she may have been saying it to Drake because Drake is half black and half white. When she decided to crip walk in Wimbledon, the black community stood behind her. So this is going to be interesting. I mean, this is, and it's a very interesting watch. And for some that defended them on their blackness, because a lot of times we do it unconsciously, be like, oh, that's the sister. We're going to defend her regardless. We're going to defend her against the racial attacks when they used to call Serena, oh, she like a monkey. Then people be like, oh, she got to be a man and all this crazy stuff. Oh, okay. She is Serena. Serena has kids. I didn't even know. See, I didn't even remember that. And then even when we see that the complexion looks like Serena's been bleaching the skin.
Come on, Q, wake it up. There you go. I was going to get there.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, so sometimes we do have, and I'll tell people, I listen to what Dr. Umar said about him. I know he's not liked, or a lot of people know that he has a lot of issues in his personal life as well as some of the things that he's done to the community. But the man is a psychologist, maybe child psychologist, but some of the traumas that we all have, they could rear their ugly head. Like I said, we tend to weaponize our own blackness. And what I mean by that is I'm super pro-black when I need the black community to come to my defense, or I need something, or I have a black-owned business and I'm telling people I'm guilt tripping and I'm telling you to support a black business.
Wake that up, Q. There you go. Come on.
But the reality is that it's a grift for a lot of people. It's a grift for a lot of people. So we need to understand that. We need to understand that people play blackness in this country for black Americans. And the reason why I'm always say, and I'm an advocate for people to understand why we're so unique, that's all we got. All we can say is I'm a black American. We don't have that fall safe where a person be like, oh, I'm Jamaican. Oh, I'm Haitian. Oh, I'm Guyana. I'm from such and such tribe. We don't have that. They got what they got, right? Rightfully so. We don't got that. So what happens is people that are melanated, not all, but a lot, and even some of us use that emotional trauma that we've endured to play on that. It's an emotional trauma. And that's what people do. They play on it. We would have never, listen, I don't care what nobody say. Nobody, I know this is Venus we talking about right here, or in both of them. If you would have told me 25 years ago that they would both be married to white men, I would always say, you love who you love. But I would have never thought those two girls would be married to white men.
Come on,
I wouldn't. I just would not have thought that.
Look.
And to answer your comment, what you said, Shrewd, you said, okay, stop falling for the fake pro-blackness. That's what your comment, and respectfully, your comment is the issue. Because we can't fake our blackness. Black Americans can't fake that. We don't got that fall safe. Now, you got other people that will come in and cosplay, but then the second some shit happen, they say, me not black. Me no black. Why am I playing with that, man? And well, hey, Chef C, we'll see how this tape plays out, though.
That's a whole fact. Yeah. Look, I mean, listen. Serena went into that marriage nice and thick the way that most folks loved her, the way we saw her, and then she got in there and started having weight complexes where she wanted to, she lost all that damn weight, and now she fucking cakes open. That is Stockholm syndrome. I don't care what nobody say. That's mental shit going on over there. Stockholm syndrome and everything. You want to be, you want to be them that bad, right? And it doesn't matter who it offends. Okay, and that's just me. I'm seeing it what it is. And shout out to Sister Star. Sister Star put it. Let me see what my Sister Star. She put this in here. Look at it. The father didn't even attend Serena's wedding. There's definitely some tension between them and their father. Because he knows and they know the sacrifice that man made. Not only to put them into position, let alone coaching them to win, but to protect them while they were there in that hostile environment. We talk about provisions and protection all the time on this particular platform. Right? You can't listen. But this is why I also said, isn't it ironic that both of these shorties waited, got a certain age, and they immediately decided to go to the other side? Because now dad can't tell them nothing. Dad can't tell them shit because they got their own money. Shout out to dad. Huh? For putting them out there on the courts long enough and having a decent enough reputation in them streets in order for the neighborhood to get behind these sisters, quote unquote, right? To say, you know what? Y'all coming from out of our neighborhood, we gonna hold you down. It literally took a village to get them sisters where they are. Right? And the mere fact that, okay, it's no problem. Okay, yeah, it took a village. You know, my dad was here. He did what he did. But I'm grown now, and I want Zaddy. Okay? Serena got 2 of Zaddy's kids right now. Working on a 3rd one, I believe. Serena. Okay? Venus was the first one because she was older. Venus was the first one who got exposure to the hostility, that hostile environment with which came during that particular time, or still is, when you're a black person in them tennis circles. Okay? You can't tell me that's not Stockholm. Well, because they're world-class athletes that they can't be subjected to that? What we talking about? You know what I mean? Like it's and then cats will get mad at folks when you call this shit out and say, I don't accept this either. I don't accept this either. It's not right because it's what you doing in public. You wanted to be a beacon for black American advancement in a hostile environment. Well, you're also, on the flip side, condoning the swirling. Actually being a trailblazer in it. You were a swirling trailblazer. Huh? Your whole family. And that's why I say, yo, it's hard for me to not look at it a certain way. And not look at it as ultimate betrayal. Not only was it one, but it's two. 2 of the sisters, 2 of the daughters that father put it all on the line for. You know, it's like, okay, well, fathers, what do you do? And and that's why I want to go to the brother Wolf. This is a brother, he's got a family, or at least he has daughters, my understanding, or a daughter. This, I'm curious to hear what he has to say about this, quite frankly. So I'm gonna stop there. Brother Wolf, what is your interpretation of this, sir?
I wasn't going to say nothing because actually I haven't kept up with it. I've never seen Serena or Venus as pro-black. They've been black, but I've never really seen them as pro-black. I don't know the Williams family. I'll say this. If it's love, it'll stand the test of time, no matter what we say or think, no matter how race, culture, loyal we are. If it's love, it will stand the test of time. Because I don't know what's going on there. As fathers, we give instructions. I'm pretty sure Mr. Williams gave instructions the best he could. Instructions are like seeds. You plant the seed, but a farmer does not go back and check the seed, check the soil every day to see what's come up. Hopefully, that whatever he put into them, it'll come up. Okay. I really don't have a comment on this because I've never seen them as pro-black. I've seen this as two black sisters out here whooping asses on the tennis court, okay? And a father who was demanding excellence. And sometimes as fathers, when you demand excellence, there is a backlash. Say this again. When you really giving instructions, you just may see some backlash because your instruction is going against the culture. Mr. Williams knew he had put his daughters into a system that was against them. That basically what? You got to be better. I demand you be better. Because you have a global stage and people are not used to seeing Compton children on the tennis court whooping some asses, global asses, not just national, but global. Like I said, when you're given instructions, sometimes our children resist instructions. They rebel against instructions. Every child tries to find their way eventually. I hear what you said, Mom. I hear what you said. You know what? But y'all outdated. I'm gonna do my own thing. And you sit back and you sit back and you step back. You have to step back. Okay. I don't know what to say with the Serena and Venus piece, no more than if it's love, it will stand the test of time. If it's not, they will be exposed. Because love, again, it ain't really got no color. But if you're on race loyalty, if you one of those, you know what, Asians for Asians, Koreans for Koreans, the Chinese for Chinese, the Japanese for Japanese, the Russians for Russians. I understand that. But in this melting pot that we're in, come on, man. It's gonna be look, it's a challenge to stay loyal to your kind in this melting pot. So I hope I answered your question. I don't really have nothing to say about this. I don't really know what to say. Because I never saw them as the pro-blackers. I saw there was black children out there whipping up some ass on that tennis court. And the father who was like, you know what, I demand excellence from my children. So I don't have nothing to say with that.
Yes, indeed. Look. You know, and then I gotta also shout out the propaganda machine. Within the last, and I think y'all probably seen it too. In the last 5 years, we've seen an uptick in the promotion of interracial marriages or unions, particularly white and black, because that people group, the white, they understand that they're not reproducing like they used to. They understand that. So if you can't beat them, join them. And through what we've seen via Patrick Mahomes, his father married a Becky. Patrick Mahomes married a Becky. That child that they got is Lily White. So, a people group that is fighting for survival understands through at least 3 generations I can survive and or wipe you out. Okay? This is why I also understand the older I get when I hear people say she or he is an Oreo. Huh? She or he is an Oreo. You damn it? Okay? Because it's not taking too much nowadays. 2, 3 generations max. You can change that whole exterior makeup of that child, of that person. Okay? If y'all go and check out Patrick Mahomes' child right now, you're going to be like, that's a white boy. That's a full white boy. So, look, for the purposes of what these sisters have been or what that father was trying, I think more so what the father has tried to do. And even what that movie also was insinuating or suggesting that the challenges of black women in that field, and the father being a black man, the opposition and obstacles that they face. These women were supposed to be beacons for that elevation. That's what that production insinuated. And you know what? Look, dad not popping up at your wedding, that also says, listen, I don't really fuck with it like that. You know how I raised you, right? That's number one. Dad not going to that wedding. Number one says to me, you know how I raised you. You gonna disrespect me like that? You gonna disrespect the legacy of which was trying to be built here like that? Screw all the sacrifices I made for you? Now granted, these sisters they didn't ask to be here. Right? Number one, them sisters didn't ask to be here. Let's go with that. Number two, the sisters more than likely just wanted to play tennis. Let me just get out there and play tennis. However, I can't say that then, them being 48 or even getting into their later years or whatever it is, they don't understand what they represent, being public figures. That in itself has a responsibility as well. Yeah, you get to look. Too much is given, much is required. And that includes discipline and a prioritization. Okay? Your gift will make way. Yes, it made way for you out of Compton, the streets of Compton. Right? But there's also some responsibilities with that thing when you just decide to be a certain type of person. See, what we have gotten to now, and this is what we have gotten to, is now that you know what, oh, they make their money, they're millionaires, they don't owe nobody nothing. Okay, cool. That's great. Do what you're gonna do on your joint, but don't leverage anything. It's cool to be black when you need something, when you need support. Huh? It's cool to be blackety black when you want the support of your community. But when you want to make a lifestyle, right? Hold on. Stop. What do you mean? Nope. Stop looking at celebrities to your community. What do you mean? Stop looking at celebrities. This is nonsense. Celebrities influence closed-minded people. This is why they're celebrities. This is why they have influence. You're going to tell me that this image right here will not influence a generation of females to become solidified swirlers. I'm not even going to get in the back and forth with this. They get propped up because they know the influence. Propaganda wouldn't have the stronghold on the community that it has if it wasn't effective. This is more propaganda. What are we talking about here? Propaganda don't mean nothing, but it means something at the same time? Stop it. They know that this is important. The commercials itself that have changed over the last 5 years, showing more swirling relations, understands the necessity and what that does to the mind of a feeble people, undisciplined people. Okay? Now you got these shorties. Some of the greatest tennis players, female black American tennis players to have ever done it. Swirling.
Okay, so watch. Let me play devil's advocate.
Let's go there. Yeah.
What if they don't like black men? Do we make them marry something they don't like? You know, there's a lot of women out here who don't like black men. And I'm a black man. You black. You black. Dr. Short black. The Negro black. A lot of brothers out here are the recipients of, we don't like you. What do? You tell them you're going to marry one anyway. Because it's right for the culture. I'm just playing devil's advocate right now. In other countries, they will tell you, you're going to marry this person from the other tribe, but they're still in the culture. Okay. But I'll say this. This is not the norm for Black America. Black Americans, we marry more black than outside the race. This is like an anomaly. But I do respect what you're saying, that the subliminal suggestions coming from these two marrying outside of the culture, it will have residual income. It's going to have a residual effect, because now we're raising a whole group of multiculturalists, interracialists, you know. And so you will see the browning and the lightening of America. You will see that. Yeah, this is not she's just married. No. This is sending some subliminal suggestions to the global black community. Get you a white boy, or get you an Italian. Because I think Serena has his white boy and he's Italian. Okay. But some of the sisters just don't like black folks. I land with that.
Well, you know what? Look. We are not now. Yes, I'm sure that the brother even told them sisters, "I want you to marry your own." I'm sure the father said that. I bet you. Right? Dads, especially the one who was so up under his daughters like that, don't magically just not go to one of the most important days of her life. Right? You just don't up and do that. That is only a pure rejection of what was happening. And, a way of just saying, I don't agree with it, and I actually feel disrespected by this. This is why I say that even for me, I'm looking at it after the movie comes out, and they get to see in real time the sacrifices and replay those things that took place. And, you got the other daughter, then go ahead, let's double down, Dad. I don't care what you did. I'm grown now. You know, what about me? You know, all the clever excuses for you know unaccountability. That's what I'm gonna call that. So I said, that's part of the thing that what, look, in these other cultures, these arranged marriages and things like that, that is part also what is keeping a lot of these other ethnicities strong is the commitment to staying with your own. Right? While this propagandized machine has incentivized the separation and has given every kind of reason why you need to glorify just not keeping it home. That's the issue I have with this thing. And for me, if I was that father, I'd feel exactly the same way. I feel exactly the same way. The sacrifices and all this shit, and how often I had to protect y'all from these vultures. And you get Stockholm syndrome on me years later. Please. That's what I call it. Stockholm syndrome, goddammit. But nevertheless, I have this final clip that I wanted to touch on. I was going to go into the Somali situation. That situation is crazy. The Somali Jones. But I want to touch on one thing. This final piece here. How many of y'all up to speed with the Stefan Diggs? Now, Stefan Diggs is the young man who's doing an excellent job procreating, reproducing. is popping these babies out. Damn it. Okay? He got them coming out. And there was a rumor that he supposedly got his private chef pregnant. Okay? While also being with Cardi B, having gotten 4 other females pregnant. Now, he's a football player. My understanding is also he may be going upside the head of some of these females. Okay? But he's kind of a hopeless romantic. Okay? Hopeless romantic in a way that he don't know how to pull out, first and foremost. Okay? And everything that he gets in it, he leaves it in. Okay? Let's go ahead and bring this up real quick, because there's some things going down in the private chef community. Just for those who don't know, I am also a private chef. I have been for several years now. Okay? And what they're going to touch on is the NDA piece. Now, we get into a lot of NDAs. A lot of NDAs. And what annoys me in particular about these, like, some of these shorties don't really be chefs. They just got big asses and dumb shit. So they get access. Nowadays, y'all, just keep it a buck. All this shit is soft porn as far as I'm concerned. Okay? A lot of this shit is soft porn. BBLs, cats, dudes getting height injections in their knees, getting height surgery. This is soft porn for inadequacies. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and play this clip. I want y'all to see this here. Again, the chick on the right is the personal chef, Stefan Diggs, with the BBL, as y'all can see. Okay? And she was trying to get her money, but Cardi B, baby mom number 4 or whatever it is, was trying to run interference because apparently he went upside this personal chef's head. Okay? For whatever reason, and then the personal chef is living in the home. Right? It's just more soft porn shit as far as I'm concerned. But nevertheless, let's play this, ladies and gentlemen. Fair use.
Breaking news here this afternoon. The New England Patriots say they support Stephon Diggs as their star wide receiver faces strangulation and assault charges. I'm Kel Thompson, Boston 25, first to break this story today. Court documents show the incident happened on December 2nd. Diggs' lawyers just appeared in Dedham District Court over the phone. They are fighting to keep the police report from the public. They also say Diggs made a financial offer to the victim to resolve the dispute. The judge says she is taking it all under advisement and will make a decision shortly. We'll let you know when she does. Diggs is expected to be arraigned next month on January 23rd. That is 2 days before the AFC Championship game. In a statement just into the Boston 25 newsroom from the Patriots, they tell us the New England Patriots are aware of the accusations that have been made regarding Stephon Diggs. Stephon has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support Stephon. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities.
So, big booty chef, right? Big booty chef here, okay? Another one of these Jones, just like cooking with Kaya, and the cat gonna say, "Oh, chef, you hating?" Nah, fuck you. These women, these chicks and these dudes, they're not chefs, okay? These are YouTubers, okay, and that's it. Who wind up going viral. And particularly since Stephon Diggs he likes to have pretty women around him. Shout out to him, okay? Shout out to him. He likes to have pretty women, voluptuous shorties around him. And he low-key is a trick, okay? This chef right here said that he was bringing Cardi B in. Here's how the story goes. Right. Shout out to my sister Star. Shout out to Sister Star. They provide services. Right. So, in this case, the chef supposedly was told to take off for a week. She was a salary employee, and apparently she was a live-in chef with him. So she had to go and find some place to live for the week because apparently Cardi B was going to the house, to Stephon Diggs' house for a week. So she took off, and she later complained that she was supposed to be paid for that time off because that's part of the agreement. Okay, when she finally got back. Stephon Diggs, my understanding, then proceeds to go into the assigned room on the premise and chokes her on some spree well time. You know, starts choking her and doing whatever the hell. And she, begins to leave the property. Cardi B then reaches out to the private chef saying, "Do not make this public, okay? I will send you money," or whatever it is. And this is part of what the newscaster was referring to as far as him offering some kind of monetary compensation for her to shut the fuck up. Alright? So, my understanding is that, he still rejected to pay her for that 1 week that she was supposed to be working. And then there's another weird-ass rumor going around that said that he got the chef pregnant now. I'm going to have to follow up with that later, or recommend that y'all check your own, do your own research on this. But nevertheless, Stephon Diggs has about 5 baby moms all around the same time that your girl Cardi B is pregnant. Now, when you listen to other folks and they say, "Oh, well, he got money," these is just high-paid simps with mental illnesses. A lot of these cats, right? A lot of these cats are mentally ill, and he's a hopeless romantic. So Cardi B, she fell for the jokes, right? Went from one cheater to another cheater. Stephon Diggs put her up in a rented castle, and Cardi B fell in love. put her up in a rented castle because she just a bust down New York chick, right? She's just a bust down New York chick. You know, that's another loudmouth female, right? Put her up there. She fell in love, got her pregnant, just like he got the other chicks pregnant. They're all pregnant at the same time. So the chef, right? Since Cardi being so in love now, the chef is like, listen, I'm not trying to hear none of that, man. I need my money. Okay? I need my money. And Stefan Diggs is refusing to pay her for that particular time, but offered her money to be quiet about him choking the shit out of her. Some are saying he's got some kind of CTE going on. Okay? But Cardi B is running the play to keep her quiet. This I find, let me see. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Brother Q. This is all the same kind of goofy shit that serves as what other people think should be normal. So even in the same instance, and I'm just bringing the correlation between the two, we talk about how the imaging of, you know, what the Venus and Serena Williams sisters represent as opposed to the conduct of this stuff. It's one and the same as far as I'm concerned. Stefan Diggs being a baby maker, running around, no protection. Clearly, all of these shorties is not wearing, you know, letting them going up in their raw dog. All of them. All of them. Okay? It's no different than what he represents as opposed, as far as I'm concerned, what the Williams sisters represent. Right? Where's the grounding for any of this? When you really start to look at it. Okay? But again, of course, it'll be a situation where he will also come out and say, they trying to railroad a black man. Of course that's going to be the case at some point. And Cardi B with her loud ass mouth, you know, and her rhetoric as well. Especially the way she talk about black folks. Isn't it ironic how both people find themselves with people that don't really like them like that? Isn't that some shit? But I just wanted to bring that up right then and there and make the connection. Y'all follow that along if it matters to you. If it don't, oh well. It is what it is. Life is going to go on. I want to say a major salute to those who have supported the program. Shout out to the brother Kev. I didn't get your sounds, Kev. Salute to you. I appreciate your support. Shout out to my brother Meech for putting on today as well. And I guess that's all we have the support for today. Brother Wolf, let them know what you got coming as far as your pivot is concerned, sir, for the future, and what you got shaking in that regard, sir, if you're still there. Oh, you're muted, sir.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you loud and clear, sir.
So again, it's good to be back. First of the year with the family. Yeah, I decided to pivot. I may not talk about politics, celebrities, none of this. Just let them do what they need to do and become carcass stuffed over.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. right.
But my focus going into 2026 will be can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
Will be to balance the negativity that's going on out there on these social media streets. So I'll be focused more on the mind. I'll be focused more on your words, your thoughts. Because I think that we don't put enough respect on our words and our thoughts. And I'm very familiar. I did the research, and I know the power of the spoken word, your thoughts. I can trace your current situation to your words, your thoughts. So that's my pivot. When I come on, you may not hear me talking about the black of the black, or the politics or the celebrities. You hear me talking about mind your mind business, like mind your mind business. Watch what you say out your mouth, your thoughts. Your thoughts are always in reality. That's my pivot. Um, so you will see me. And trust and believe, I'll still be doing the gun piece. You can always go to lwftraining.com. That's lwftraining.com and get that gun training or that gun uh, suggestion. What type of gun you should be used, whether it's a shotgun, a rifle, handgun, or revolver. We're gonna still talk about gun stuff, but I got to pivot because again, there's enough people on these social media streets talking about the clowns, and the drama, and the black issue. But we need some folks who want to hopefully get you to change your mind, get you to be more focused on being a good person, not waiting for somebody outside of you to get right. You get right internally, and everything around you will begin to fall in place. So that's my pivot. I may even change my program to inspire. So probably by the end of the month, it'll be a full launch. But yes, I have pivoted. I'm still black. I still go shoot.
Brother Wolf.
Yeah.
1 second, sir.
Stack you hard, fool.
Again, go to lwftraining.com. That's lwftraining.com for your firearms questions, your firearms suggestions, and recommendations. But again, I will be doing the pivot. We're talking about your mind, and we will be talking about those guns too. Okay, we're not going to stop talking about those guns, but I'm definitely making the pivot. Again, enjoyed you all. I want nothing but the best for you for this New Year's. If this is my last Pat Talk, possibly, I want you healthy. I want you happy. I want you hopeful. I want you to have all the love you can stand. I want you guys to be successful. I want you to be prosperous. I want you to have protection, all the resources that you can muster. And I want you to have unlimited money. That would be my prayer for everybody under the sound of my voice. With that said, stay encouraged. And I will see you on the range, see you on these streets. For sure.
Yes, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Juan J. Johnson, LWF Training. Better believe it, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to our brother Juan J. Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, definitely go follow him over on his platform for all your firearms needs and more. Okay? If you need some inspiration, and what you speak becomes your reality, go holler at our brother Juan J. Johnson. Help bring you through on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, with me, I just want to say this to you, man. It's been a good run, a very nice little run here on the next Pat Talk situation here. I want to thank y'all for always coming through and sliding with us throughout the years. Right? I have been getting a lot more locked in with the food stuff. So I want y'all to definitely keep your eyes locked on that. Especially go to the other platform that I do have. I'm gonna start, getting that busting way more. Okay? This will be busting heavy this year. Heavy. Okay, and I'm also gonna go to a TikTok. Okay, I'll pop open every once in the blue moon with this on their necks, but I ain't gonna be staying there too long because again, I do second what my brother Wolf said. There's plenty blackety blacks out here. Okay, and for me, honestly, I'm talked out in that regard. Quite frankly, I'm really talked out in that regard. At some point, yes, people are gonna come back, and we got the digital footprint here for people to come through. I was gonna erase the channel, but I'm gonna leave it up in case I feel like talking some shit some days. But again, the Cook-Up is where you're going to be able to find Chef C. If y'all not already subscribed over there, go slide over there. I'm going to start dropping some of my stuff. I've been doing a lot of fly shit. I am really a chef. And all of these people that you hear us talk about, I cook for them. The celebrities that, but that don't mean shit. You want to learn how to cook? I'm going to just show you how to cook, period. You hear what I mean? Also to the brothers and sisters that have supported us throughout the years, plural. I want to say a special thank you to y'all. Okay, y'all didn't have to come to subscribe. You had to come and mess with us. I know we ain't the biggest platform, or I'm not the biggest platform with on their necks, but we appreciate y'all coming through and rocking with us on GP. We really appreciate that. I can say it from the brothers. Also, make sure you go subscribe to my brother Q from Let's Talk 2 if you haven't done so as well. But lady, we're truly appreciative for you guys rocking with us over the years and having had some major broadcasts with us, man. We've had like 2,000 people in some of these broadcasts live at one time. So, we've definitely done what we can do in this regard. And I'm here to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, although this chapter may be closing, there's still more of the book to read, per se. If you dig what I'm talking about. Okay? So with that being said, again, another major thank you to all those who constantly support and ride with us, man. And we couldn't be here without y'all. And we appreciate y'all riding with us. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, remember, in a system of white degeneracy, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. My name is Chef C. Not my name.